Good morning. Let me know if you can hear me, if you can see me. You guys know the drill. I need to double check everything's working. Sorry, I had to click through 14 screens and still didn't do what I wanted to do. There we go. I'm good. Bit of a different setup here today. I'm trying out something new. Christmas is coming. I've got all the Christmassy things happening. We're going to be working on something a bit different today. So I've had to change our second camera angle thing a bit. So, yeah, so when we flick to that, you'll see a difference. My hair is dark again. That's right. It's actually really dark purple. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? I love it. Anyway, sorry, yes. It's very dark. It's actually darker than I was expecting, if that makes any sense. So it'll just take longer to fade, which would be great. So everyone can hear me and you can see me. That's so good. Thank you for letting me know in the chat. I really appreciate it. The other thing is to remember that with the gear that I've got, every 30 minutes, this front-facing camera turns off. So if you can just let me know when it's off, because sometimes, as those of you that have been here a lot, I'm on a tangent, or I've got something blocking the screen on my computer and I can't see that you guys can't see. So just let me know and I'll eventually work it out, because sometimes I don't watch the chat either. So yeah, you know. Good morning to everybody. We have so many spanners in the chat today. For those of you that are wondering what the deal is with the spanners, these guys are my mods, and it looks like we have everybody on board today. Like even Bob Wilson 123 is in the house. We've got Spanner Chick, who's just upgraded her logo. We've got Sally Schilling, Jackie Doyle, and Bob Wilson 123. And I think is that it? I've missed someone. I know I've missed someone. I'm sorry. Whoops. So welcome to all the mods. Thank you. The mods are here to throw up links, to do all the good things, and also keep us, just keep everybody a little bit in line. Not so much the normal people, but when somebody just randomly finds the chat and does the whole sub thing, the mods sort that out for us. Yeah, Steph, thank you guys. Steph, actually, is Steph still a mod? I don't know. I think Steph's still a mod. So it's Crochet O'Clock one. And yeah, so I think she's a mod. I'll have to check. A lot of mods, guys, a lot of mods. And the reason I actually have a lot of moderators is because sometimes not everybody can be here. So as long as I've got one, I'm happy. So yeah, so we have everybody today, which is so amazing. So welcome, mods, and welcome to everybody else. I noticed a new name that I hadn't seen before. So welcome to you all to the Fibrific Live Crafting Chat. This week has been chaos, you guys, but good chaos, not like last week where it was plumber chaos. I don't want to go down that road again, but this week has been good. It's just been really super busy, and it's because we're in that final push towards Christmas. We're getting the last little things in. The big Chow Goo order arrived yesterday, so just about everybody got their stuff. There was a few things missing, so we're going through and we're talking to Chow Goo and we're getting all that sorted out. So fingers are crossed it arrives in time for me to ship it out next week. I really, really hope it comes by the Friday or Monday. Chow Goo are really good about this sort of thing, so fingers are crossed that we get it. But yeah, so make sure we are set to live chat rather than top chat. I was on top chat. I had live chat on my phone, but top chat on the computer, which is what I'm actually looking at. Spanichick says, you mean I don't actually have to be here? You never have to be here. I just really appreciate it when you are. Bob Wilson says it's only going to be 38 here today, 38 degrees. We're in Australia. It's summer here, and it's been a blistering summer for most of the country, not the whole country, but for most of the country. We've had some very, very, very... Hi, Abby's just poked in the window. She couldn't do it silently. She had to, make her presence known. But yeah, so we've had to, adjust to the heat, and this has meant a different dyeing schedule. We've got Mystery Lace Club going out today. So those of you that don't know what Mystery Lace Club is, mods, if you can put in a link, that would be great. Mystery Lace Club's like a present that you buy for yourself every month, and it's a flat fee of $50 if you're in Australia. That includes your shipping, and what you get in your little box is hand-dyed yarn that's exclusive to the Mystery Lace Club for 3 months. You get a pattern that will work up in that yarn, and you'll be able to make at least a whole thing of one of the sizes. I'll normally specify if there's any kind of limitations, but you'll never get halfway through one of the sizes that I've said it'll make and realize you're out of yarn, because that is my biggest peeve with some of these yarn clubs, is they give you a taste of the yarn, not enough to make the thing. So I wanted to make sure I wasn't one of those. And so you get all the yarn that you need. If the pattern calls for beads, it'll be beads. And it is the Mystery Lace Club. So every month we'll have some sort of lace knitting in it. It will not always be lace weight yarn. Sometimes it's 8-ply, sometimes it's 4-ply. So what's that, light worsted or sport weight or lace weight. But the design itself will always have some sort of lace component to it. One of the things that I love about it is that it's just like you just get this box where all you need is your needles and maybe your preferred way of putting on beads if there's beads. There's not beads every month. And so yeah, so there's lots of fun to have. There's quite a few members of the Mystery Lace Club here in the chat. So thank you to all of you who have supported doing the Mystery Lace Club throughout 2019. Some of you even throughout 2018. Oh my goodness. And looking forward to making more fun boxes for you in 2020. Let me have a look here. Everyone's talking about their terrible temperatures. Ugh. Sally says, am I the only one you haven't met in person other than Steph? Yes, but in all fairness, Jackie and I have been friends for many years, and Spanichick lives local, and she was a friend and customer before the live chats, I want to say, maybe around the same time that they started, similar. I'm not sure. But yes, I'm sorry, Sally. Like, if I ever get to South Australia, I will be messaging you and going, meet me somewhere for a coffee. Hey, Nonna May Crochet, and I'm going to destroy it, but Whamfire? Oh, I've said it wrong, haven't I? Or is it vampire? It's vampire, isn't it? Oh, wow. But yes, welcome to everybody new. Um, Sally could take me on a wine tour. Oh, yes, absolutely. And vice versa. If you're ever anywhere in the southeast corner of Queensland, you contact me and I will make something happen. Oh, I got it right, the Whamphia. I don't even remember how I said it the first way now. Oh, no. More tea. I require more tea. Okay. No work for me. I am not work for me now. I'm back to filming tutorials. That's right. Bob Wilson 123 has started her tutorials back up again. I'm so excited for her. And she's got a Christmas Eve cal coming. It's her tradition every year is to put something out for Christmas Eve. I'm so excited. I can't wait to see what it is. I want to do it too. Lindsay was a little bit late, but she made it. It's totally cool, Lindsay. You're totally cool. We're still doing housekeeping. We're still running through all the stuff at the start because Whamphia. Oh, thank you, Whamphia. All right, I've got it. Hopefully I remember it, but I am terrible. Please accept my apologies if I destroy your names. Dizzy is in the house as well because she's on holidays. And Boxelf as well. There's so many people here. So it's so good to see you all. Do we have a count? There we go. Let's have a squiz. We've got 30 watching right now. Awesomeness. Okay. So do you guys have stuff planned that you are mad rush finishing for Christmas? Let us know in the chat. Do you need any inspiration? Do you need any you can do it? Because we will be your cheer squad. If you're not a member over on the Fiberific Fun Zone, jump over there, join up, answer the questions. No one will let you in if you don't answer the questions. Answer the questions and we will be your cheer squad. We will encourage you and try to help you get it finished. I've still got things that I'm working on. Some things I cannot mention because people that I'm working on them for may possibly be in the chat or not. I don't know if they are. Anyway, they might be, or they may watch a replay. So I can't work on it during this time, which I have, and I can't show it, and I can't show photos of it. Ugh. Hot and Smoky in Bathurst from Jennifer Baker. I woke up this morning, Jennifer, and we've had fairly clear air for a couple of days, and I could taste the smoke. And I was just like, what is that? That is horrible. My husband was like, it wasn't there 20 minutes ago, and it wafted in on a breeze, so it was pretty annoying. Christine says, I won't be commenting a lot because I'm knitting on my dad's socks for Christmas and my loom is staring at me with a Christmas present on it. Good luck. And I totally understand, but we know you're here, Christine. The video comes out tomorrow to gather supplies and then you can start your project on Christmas Eve. Oh, that's good. I thought I'd missed the video on what we needed. I've been looking for it. Jessica says, I got my shipment and it's wonderful. Oh, Jessica, I'm so glad you love it. That's awesome. And happy birthday to you. Jessica bought herself a beautiful Fiberific birthday present. So I'm so glad you love it. So should we drop down to this? It is an unusual hands down, okay? It's more like a hand side on because this is the camera here. But it's because what I need to do is so big. Okay, so we're going to drop down here. So let me just find the button that does what we need it to do. There we go. Oh, and now it's blurry. That's great. That wasn't blurry before. Hang on a second. Let me see if I can get it to... I forgot to turn off its... what do you call it? Where is it? Camera controls. Auto focus. We do not want. Okay. Alrighty. Okay. See, funny angle, you guys. Why? Because this is my badge making machine. We've got lots of new little badges that we're going to be bringing out. I've got the tiny 25mm die on here at the moment. I also have a 57mm die to make the big badges, you know, like the big ones. But these ones are for the little cute ones, like what we did for Halloween. Do you guys remember? If some of you may have gotten that one. So these make little tiny badges. So that big. So it's a bit dark. I don't know why it's so dark. There's so many lights and I'm like bright as. So let's see if we can increase the brightness. We don't want you on auto. Let's bring you up. Is that too bright? Is that bearable? Let's go with that. Okay. All right, so we've got this. So what we need to do, first of all, is I have your art ready. So I've printed out some of the beautiful sheets that Jacob has made up for me. So these are our little badges, but we also have some big ones. So we've got whoever dies with the most yarn wins. And we've got some, shh, I'm counting. So we're going to do some little ones because I've only got the die for the small one out. So we're going to try out a new one here, which is, I've just cut them into strips, just with scissors, my trusty scissors. And then we've got our thingy that I purchased, probably the best. This is the best money I spent on the badge making. So there was a story, guys, there's a story. And the story goes, one day, Chantal bought a cheap badge making thing and suffered terribly for it because it couldn't make badges properly. And it was making my life miserable. And I was trying and trying and trying. And I wanted to make beautiful badges for Bendigo. And it wasn't working. So then when I got back, I wanted to set fire to it. But as it's illegal, I decided not to. Right? And so I did not set fire to it. Where's my chat? I've just realised chat's gone. And then I went and had a big chat with the Gamer Widows, who I know makes lots of badges and does them beautifully. And said, Gamer Widows, my badge making machine is rubbish. Do you recommend a company that can make a good one that's local in Australia? Because that's the catch, you guys, finding something in Australia. I've been having a conversation with somebody today about postage costs outside of Australia, and they're a bit shocked. And which I understand for sure. But it's just how it is. We're very far away. It's very expensive to ship things. So I wanted to get a badge maker somewhere, you know, local. Hang on. I've got to do the right, oh yeah. I just had to think about it for a second. I nearly did the wrong thing. So that goes on there. And then our little piece of art goes on here. And then we get our little plastic things. And do you know what? Quality matters, okay? So this is where we came a cropper. So that goes in there, right? And then we put this dude in sharp side up, right? And then you go, bam. Now the thing is, the camera is attached to the table. There we go. There's our badge. It's so cute. So with these particular badges, they've got these things. I'm just going to do one now. But they've got like this bag of mess, which is the little things, right? I'll go through and do a batch of those later. But they kind of just pop in. You sort of push that edge in and pop it in. But you can actually turn it so that it's flat and straight. So there we go. And these are so cute. I love that. That is adorable. So for those of you that are saying you would love one, funnily enough, you may mention that because these will be available on the website really soon. I wanted to wait until I'd done some extra prints. I'd done a test batch and I was happy enough with that, but I wanted like a nice big pile to take some photos of. So these will be available. I'm hoping to make a little sort of 5-pack for about $10 or maybe a 6-pack for $10 of all our different badges, and then we'll have them individually available as well for I have to check the pricing on the small ones. I think it's $250, but it's either $2 or $250. It's around there. It's not a big outlay. So the problem with the old machine was cheap and nasty, right? And it turned out it wasn't so much this part that was bad, which it is compared to this. This is so solid and so beautiful and amazing. But it was the mylar. So I realized one day I'd accidentally used the other machine's mylar on this one, and I was having exactly the same problem. And then I used the mylar I got from this company. So this is the mylar. You probably can't see it. It's little plastic clear sheets. Oops, there we go. I saw it happen that time, guys. So it's a little plastic clear sheet, and it makes everything awesome. and it was making it so that it wasn't working properly. Like it wasn't sealing in on the bottom there, and it was just driving me up the wall. And I was trying and trying and trying, and because it was my first time doing it, I thought it was me. I honestly thought it was me, and so I really had to suck it up for a start and not do what I wanted to do. Oops, I did that the wrong way, didn't I? Did the mylar blow off? So this is what they look like if you screw it up. It's got all the little bits there. The mylar wasn't on there. I think it blew off. The air conditioning is quite strong. Or maybe I was talking, not focusing, and maybe I just forgot to put the mylar on. So you've got to double check that you've only got one of everything. So that's always good as well. One of those, one of that. Get the mylar on. So I can't see it on the table anywhere. So maybe I just totally forgot. So you can make them without the mylar, but you have to know you want to at the start. So look at that. It's amazing what using all the bits in the right order works. Where are we? I need, they're so cute. Who dies with the most yarn wins should be in the MLC boxes. I agree. That one would be fun. And I'm planning on starting to put the occasional badge into the MLC boxes. I wanted to get some of these ones done first and get it out there. So when you're making the bigger badges, you have to line everything up really carefully, because you don't, like, the backing with the little clip on it is all one piece. So if you don't line it up properly, your little button bit will be on a funny angle. Whereas with these ones, because you can put it in and move it around, you don't have to worry so much, which is nice. The mylar was too thick. I don't know if the mylar was, sorry, back to the story of the dreaded machine. Sorry guys, I do jump around a little. Back to the dreaded machine story. Gamer Widow suggested this company. So it's Badge a Minute over, they're Australian. South Australia, I think they are. I'd have to double check. And I ordered this badge machine with the 57mm die. And then earlier, or later this year, I should say, I got them to ship. Oh, what did I do this time? I did something wrong. I've really got to focus, haven't I? What have I done? I don't know. Okay. Put this in, Sharpie bit. Two of those. Okay. Dropped one on the ground. I really hope I don't step on that. That will not be comfortable. One of those. I'm out of artwork. All right. Let's do some knit fast, dye warm. What do you think? I think it was the talking as well, to be honest. So yeah, so I ended up getting this new machine, which, world of difference. The other one, I'm like pulling on, like, oh, like it was so hard to make the badges. And as you can see, I don't do that with this one. And it came with the 57mm. It came with this big roundy cutter, which was great. It worked a treat. But then when I decided to do this one, I decided to opt for this. It is the perfect size cutter for your little wwhats, so that they come out and it's easy, and it's a giant hole punch is really what it is. I'm sure there's more efficient ways to do it, but this is how I'm doing it for now. So, you know, no judgment, please. There we go. And I just do it slowly and surely and try not to make too many mistakes, because once you stuff it up, it all goes in the bin. You can't really retrieve much. And because you buy it in packs of everything, you normally get the right numbers of all the things to go together anyway. All right, so knit fast, dye, form, mylar. I've got the little thingy in there. You're in there. You're in there. Did you work? Yes, you did. Knit fast, dye warm. You could get a scan and cut. Look, I could, but it would cost a lot more than what that did, honestly. You know, they're badges. So, and the reality is quite often Abby likes to do this job. So, but at the moment she's in the I'm not helping mum with anything at all ever phase. So it's a little frustrating. Where are we? Dizzy's lost her project bag. I'm sorry, Dizzy. Oh, but it would do the whole sheet. It would do the whole sheet. You're right, but you know, it's a cost. And if I was making like tons and tons of badges, it would probably be something I would consider. But I don't make a huge number of badges. Bob Wilson's just sitting here listening while she gets some work done. That's awesome, Claire. So a little Sharpie bit up. Sorry, I have to remind myself of the things, like make sure there's one Sharpie bit up. You know, otherwise I forget stuff like the Mylar and ruin them. If only you knew someone who had a machine who could cut stuff. I know, right? Yeah. It's funny that. I mean, I do know someone who has a machine who can cut stuff, but she's not like down the street or anything. She's pretty close. But when I decide in the middle of the night that I want to make badges, I mean, you know. Live chat and thumbs up. Hey, Chintamani, how you going? So, the other thing I wanted to say is there's no live chat next week, you guys. So I'm doing family stuff next week, and I'm sort of having a bit of a low-key week. I've had some pretty hefty weeks the last couple of weeks, so I'm really looking forward to a bit of a low-key one. Parcels will still be shipped out, not every single day, but pretty regularly. So yeah. Kerry Randall, she is talking a cry cut. Kim has an amazing cry cut that can cry cut all the things, or cricket, as we found out it's supposed to be called. Crochet Ninjas are next. What do you reckon? Crochet Ninja. I mean, I could just do a whole sheet at once, but how boring would that be? We can go back and do some more. Crochet Ninjas. Dun, 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 dun. That's the song that I use for Christmas movies. Have you guys been watching any of the terrible Christmas movies? I have been, and I'm torturing my family with it. It's so much fun. Not just the actual terribleness of what is a lot of these Hallmark Christmas, well, they're not just Hallmark, but, you know, these sorts of Christmas movies. It's also just, you know, the look on my daughter's face when she comes out is like, oh my God, not another one of these horrible movies, Mama, and it runs away. So then I'll quickly put on like Star Wars as well. Sometimes I just use it as a ruse, which is awesome. Hang on, I just got to line it up. Lining it up. Jackie says she needs to get one of these machines. Jackie, they're great. The other thing is, the thing that I worked out later, which is really cool, is you can change the dies. So I've got the 57mm die, and it's as simple as dropping that one off, pulling that one off. Now, this bit here is a bit harder to get off, but it's still just pulling it. Don't let it drop on your fingers, though, because it's very heavy and it hurts. And don't ask me how I know that, because, you know, it's probably pretty obvious. Don't do it. I recommend learning from my mistake. So, and then also the components are one of those things. It's like they are not all created equal. There's no point going and get the cheapest components because you will be fighting with them. Yeah. Sally says there's a Christmas movie channel on Foxtel. Oh my gosh. Spanatic says we watched Noelle. I haven't seen that one yet. There's a scene where she eats sunscreen. That is terrifying. Now, is that? Oh yeah, that's fine. That's a bit crazy. Disc on. Make sure there's only one. Pop in the little ninja. In you go, ninja. Good tools versus cheap tools. Exactly right, Spanner Chick. You guys who've been around know, if you know me well enough to know that I will not battle with tools. It is a waste of effort. It's a waste of time. Buy the best quality tools you can afford to buy. I mean, it doesn't always mean the best because we're not all made of money. But buy the best tools you can afford to buy, whether it's woodworking tools, beading tools, knitting needles and crochet hooks. Buy the best you can afford to buy because it will change your experience so much. Can you get the punches in different shapes? I know that they've got a big square one for their bigger machines. The company I got this from is where I got this from. So they just have the punches to go with their machines. So you can, I think you can pretty much get a punch for all of their machines. They've even got one of these. It's a desk one that you just go, poof, poof, but that was like $400. And, you know, I didn't want to spend $400. Alison Keys is getting a Cricut for Christmas. That's awesome, Alison. Jackie agrees. It's always best to buy the best quality tools you can afford. The problem is, as a beginner, you don't know the difference between good quality and good price. Yeah, and that's a trick. Look, we've all done it. Do you guys still have... I remember years ago, me and a girlfriend popped down to Spotlight, nabbed serious, like, bargains of all this amazing yarn, blah, 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 blah. Most of it's still in my... Like, I've still got a lot of it in storage because as I grew as a crafter, I realized, oh, not great. I'd have to double check. It is the Badge a Minute, but it's MINIT, I think. Badge a Minute. I'll send you a link later, Jackie. Or if, where is Gamer Widows? If you could pop a link into the Fiberific Fun Zone, that would be great. These are not the cheapest machines by far, but they are worth every cent. Speaking from a woman who bought one of the cheaper machines, don't do it. Don't put yourself through it, honestly. Hey, 21 Arctic Wolves. Oops, hang on. Pop the doozy what's it in, then the art. And I've actually even popped little pieces of fabric. Fabric Works. I was given a badge machine and a desk punch by my sister. She said it was expensive, but I had no idea. Yeah, they added, look at this little pile we're making here. That's so cute. Now we also have knitting ninjas with little tiny knitting needles next to it. The crochet ninja had little tiny crochet hooks. And this one's got little tiny knitting needles. Little knitting needles. Jacob did a great job with these. Got some others floating around I've got to print out yet. This is where we're at today. The maker does super thick leather 2mm wood. Oh, this is Spanner Chicks Cricut. Yeah. Hers can do all sorts of crazy stuff. Come on. So you guys can see what I'm doing okay here? Hey Jacob, I didn't know you were in the chat there. I didn't see you pop up. I just had to get my tongue in the right... I just realised I had to get my tongue in the right spot to get that one to work properly. So hopefully the motion of the cutter is not affecting the camera too much. You guys can all bear with. So, but yeah, so I'm working on some projects that I can't share at the moment. But I'm also working on, finally, I can't remember what it's called. Oh my gosh. It's a brioche shawl. I can't remember. But it's really, really basic, like back to basics brioche or something. So it's all like knitted in one colour. Then you've got a brioche crossover bit in the middle with just straight brioche lines. And then it's knitted into the second colour. I can't remember what it's called. I'm going to have to look it up. But I'm working on that at the moment. And that's coming along really, really well. And I'm loving it. Also working on... finding something to make with my whirl. Jacob's always watching. That's not creepy or eerie at all. So we'll get... so I got a beautiful whirl. It's the one that goes the dark green to the yellow. My very first whirl. I have to find something to make with it. because it's going to be a bit of a holiday task. Look, it's so cute. So, oops, pop the thingy in. So these ones came in like this big bag, and it's a mix of both bits. So it's a mix of both the disc and the ring. And I have to say, there wasn't much in the way of instructions. I had to go and Google how to put these ones together. Game Widow's got the link into the group. Thank you, Game Widows, or Emma. There we go. Knitting Ninja. There you go. Look at this little pile of cute we've got happening here. See, this is a problem. I love badges. I make a pile of cute, and then I don't want to. I want to keep it. I don't want to send it to anybody. I missed something here, haven't I? But it looks like Dizzy found her project, so that's good. I'm more familiar with buttons than yarn personally. Yep, I can see that. I can understand that. Poor Jacob, not really a yarn crafter, probably knows more about yarn now than he ever wanted to. Sorry about that. Not sorry. I was just double checking I'd put my little doobie in there, bam. Put the doobie in, spin it, put the other doobie in. See all these technical names? They have proper names. I'm sure I've read them somewhere. It will save my life one day. We don't need to make him a yarny. He doesn't have to be a yarny. He can just appreciate what goes into it. So one day he'll have a person in his life who'll make him something special, and he will be able to appreciate it for what it is, because he knows what nightmare we all go through to make stuff. Post-apocalyptic skills, absolutely. Put in the bit Sharpie end up, pop in the silver bit, and our art, pink. Hubby hit it on his computer chair with a post-it saying, ha ha. Oh, so he's doing it on purpose? That is mean. The button maker is fun, honestly. Anything you can print onto a piece of paper, you can turn into a button. It's really fun. Abby did a whole pile of like just squiggly color drawing with pens, turn it into big buttons, and they looked fantastic. It was just bizarre. But it's actually addictive, which is also a little problem I have with it, because it's like, Chantel, you must do other jobs now. You don't get to play with the badge maker anymore. You must put it away. And then it's like, I'll just make one more sheet. It's like reading a book. I'll just read to the end of the sentence. I'll read to the end of the chapter. Oh no, I'll just read this next bit. I'll just read this next bit. It's totally fine. Spanichick says, I could make up the art and go around and visit. Absolutely. I don't make badges all the time, so you could totally come over, Kim, and sit there and make badges at the dining table while I do other things. So we're going to do some more little cute fiberific ones. I love this fiberific rainbow thing so much. Jacob made this way back at the start of fiberific, and it's been one of the things that I just love the most. Sorry, Jacob. Not that the new stuff's not good, but this is one of the things I love the most. And I want it printed on everything. I want fiberific wrapping paper. I want fiberific tissue paper. But, you know, I'm not there yet. In the meantime, I've got the art, and I can just make the pretty things. Project for my whirl. Oh, I'm going to have to go and have a look at that. Jeannie's Creations. It's in the what's in the fun zone? Sorry. Can you post a link to the badge maker? Actually, if someone could grab one of the mods, if you could grab the link out of the fun zone as well, that would be helpful, because not everybody here is in the fun zone. Fiberific leggings. Look, we nearly went down that route. We did, but they were just so expensive. Like, really, really very expensive. Value. It is value. The rainbow one's really cute, isn't it? I love it. And it looks so gorgeous as a little badge. I've got a doobie in there. Yep. Look, it's so cute. I'm definitely biased. There's no denying it. There's no denying I am definitely biased. Badge Maker, thank you from Badge a Minute. It's an Australian company. So if you're in Australia, it's awesome. If you're not in Australia, I would probably recommend finding someone in your country. These things are heavy. You do not want to be paying international post on it if you can avoid it, honestly. Not that I'm dissing Badge a Minute. I love them. I think they're fantastic. But I highly recommend finding one local to your country because these things weigh so much. Are they having a workshop in Melbs? Oh, there you go. I should have set up an affiliate with BAM. Do they have affiliate? I didn't think they had affiliate. I mean, I've checked. You're in the US? If you're in the US, I recommend TECRE. I don't know how to say that word. So, and Gamer Widows makes a lot of badges, you guys. Like Gamer Widows is like who I go to for badge advice. So if she's recommending a company, I would definitely check them out. Read all the messages. Okay. Oh, you should see if Redbubble, Fibrific leggings, you should see if Redbubble does it cheaper. Seeing they have I missed something. I don't know. I like your technical terms. My mum calls everything a thingy or a what's it. Hey, Apple DNA, welcome to the chat. Read all. I can't read all the messages, Kim. There's too many. Oops, that felt hard. So I've probably done something wrong there. Yep, something hinky happened. So that's the other thing. You get a feeling for it, and if it all just works. Oh, Redbubble have a workshop in Melbs. All right, thanks. Sorry. I'm not going to Melbs anytime soon. Melbourne, for those of you that don't know, we call it Melbs. So I wonder what I did wrong with that one. It nearly worked. Apple DNA is it's your Abby. Convince her to make my badges for me. Abby, make badges for your mum. You terrorist. It's an Abby thing, isn't it? My Abby won't make badges for me either. She used to. And then she oh, hello. What have I done there? Something stuck. Hang on. I'll try again. Maybe I didn't have a thing. Just double checking I haven't wrecked it. It looks fine. Okay. Focus on what you're doing. Oh, I need to cut out more doobies. More doobies. Let's do more rainbows. They're already sliced up. Kerry's off. Bye, Kerry. I see you next time. I've got things ready to ship for you again. Beautiful squishy yarns that are drying. They're nearly ready. Kerry picks the best yarn, you guys. It might be cheaper. Yeah, look, I definitely want to have a look into Redbubble. I've definitely heard some more positive stuff about it than the last time I dealt with them, which was like 5 years ago. So I'm definitely curious. Look at getting some of their stuff made up for Fibrific because it's print on demand as well. So it's a bit like, you know how we've got the coffee cups? These coffee cups that are available over on the fibrific.com.au website. We're going to try and find a way that's local to Australia to make them less expensive. There are leggings, but they look like they start around 60. That's the thing. $65 is too much for leggings, I reckon. I mean, that's my opinion. Seriously, would any of you pay $65 for a pair of like Fibrific leggings? Like, I wouldn't. The bird can hear me and he keeps blowing me kisses. Oh, hello, bird. I'm surprised my mum doesn't have one. Have one what? Like a cry cut? I don't know. I'm confused. I'm missing stuff left, right, and center. My brother has set up t-shirts for print on demand. It's great. Yep, I've got some stuff in the works, but a lot of it comes down to when I've got spare cash, and I just don't. I don't know. It feels silly, but I don't prioritize this stuff. Is 2 strands of fingering weight equal to DK? So look, it'll come out slightly thicker, probably a bit more like a worsted. Do a swatch and see if you like how it comes out. But yeah, it's the thing to remember is that when things applied in a factory situation or on a wheel, the air is compressed out of the ply. But if you're holding 2 strands together, it's got like, I've got all my ply mates, I've got all my ply mates. We'll sit together, but we're not going to twist together. Does that make sense? So you've got to allow a little bit extra. So in my brain, I add about sort of 2 to 4 ply more. Also like a lace weight to a fingering weight more for the density, but it'll depend on the yarn that you're using. So give it a bit of a swatch. It should be fine, honestly. It'll be a dash thicker, be a bit more like a worsted than a DK. So there you go. Sorry, I keep the Mylar in its little bag so I don't lose it, because those of you that know me know how good I am at losing stuff. I lose stuff all the time. It also makes an oval yarn rather than a round yarn, which will affect the outcome. That's also correct. Mon Cherie sells for $25, but to order a special print, you have to have minimum orders of 30 for each size. And that's the thing, with print on demand, there is no minimum order. They will make 1 pair, and they will print it when the person who wants them pays for them. And that's the thing. Carrot seeds. That's exactly right, Spanner Chick. I lost the carrot seeds. These companies are print-on-demand companies. I don't keep them in stock. I don't keep them here at Fiberific. So when someone puts an order in, I push the order through to them, and they print it up, and they make it, and they ship it out to the person who ordered it. And that way we can change up the designs. Like if you've got like a really big following. Oh, did I? Hang on. Yeah, I did. For some reason, I thought I didn't put the silver thing in. If you've got a really big following, like Philip DeFranco does this thing, like he's got millions. Like it's not just a big following, it's a huge following. And he'll do this thing where he'll make up a new shirt and sell it for 3 days and stop it. And then, you know, it's like a special thing. If you got in, you got in. If you missed out, you missed out. And it's a bit quirky and fun, but to make it worthwhile, they've got to do like, you know, 5,000, art first, 5,000 shirts or something like that, which they can do in 3 days because millions of subs. But yeah, so I'm trying to make it so we can have fun things, but on a much smaller scale because we still want the fun things, right? How's the Chow Goose shipment coming along? Well, I shipped out a whole pile of stuff yesterday, Sally. So yeah, the people who ordered it should have their tracking notifications. And little piece of paper, get back up here. So yeah, so the first orders come in. It wasn't a complete order. There was some stuff missing out of it, which turns out was my fault. Which I don't know how I did it, but I did it. I think I was in a bit of a frazzle when I ordered it. But there's more stuff coming. Where is Di Wench? Look, I don't know. She's not here though, is she? Definitely we're going to need to have words with her. She was all like talking about getting a coffee organised and stuff, and then silence. So maybe something happened with the kids. I don't know. I wonder if she's doing something fun in the heat. I've set the aircon in here to be a bit cooler today, just because last couple of times it's been a bit hot and gross. And now I'm like totally freezing. Because I was in a post Black Friday sale frazzle. And I really wanted to be able to get everyone's stuff in ready, and then didn't. You can do phone and iPad cases. That would be so cool. Yeah. The problem with a lot of the phone cases though is they all do iPads, but like iPads and iPhones. I don't do iPhones. I'm not a fan, and so I don't have one, and so it feels weird making merch that I can't use. Maybe she locked them in the bedroom. Maybe she did. A crochet ninja pop socket. I know, I've been looking into pop sockets as well. Pop sockets is something I use hardcore. Love a pop socket. Need a new one desperately. I've been putting it off, but it's really bugging me not having one because my phone's quite big. So yeah, frustrating. Oh, they do Samsungs. Ooh, we'll have to have a look. We'll have to have a squeeze and a look because I could probably just, you know, transfer some of the hard works that Jacob did for Printful, who does our other stuff. We could probably do something similar over them. I grabbed my face cam. Thanks, Sally. I'm trying to keep on top of it today. No ringy bits. I need a ring. There we go. Just yell at them and they appear, apparently. Galaxy 10s to 8s. Nice, nice. I need to find a case for my Galaxy 10 5G, and it's different to the standard Galaxy 10s, so hardly anyone does one, and it's so frustrating. And it's like, I got the 5G because it's got the better, like, I don't have 5G, but it's got a better camera in it, and I really use the camera a lot. Sorry, lots of clinkling noises. Very Christmassy. You can do a pop socket with your own pics. Yes, you can. You can do a lot of things with your own pics. It just comes down to scale. So how many do you make? And like, if I wanted to make a pop socket, no, it's an S10 5G, which is different than the Plus. Because I had the Plus, and then I upgraded to the 5G. It was like a freebie thing I could do. So I did it. It didn't cost me anything, which is nice. Except for transferring phone again. That's annoying. My fire app just told me there's a fire emergency right near my dad's. You need to call your dad, Claire. They have one for those? Man, I need this badge myself, honestly. I'm totally stealing one. I don't do that very often, but I'm definitely taking one of those. I'm taking one of all of these, actually. I'm going to make myself a little pack of like mine. Not for you, for me. So these are Adobe's totes. Oh, nearly forgot the Mylar then, didn't I? Get in there, you. I'll tell you what's a bit weird, right? And it was the first time I was making one of these, I noticed it and I was like, oh, is this going to be a problem? Right? Is when I'll just do it. I don't know if you got, yeah, you guys can see enough. You pop this on, right? Using this, oh, I've got nothing, hang on. Using their special cutter, I noticed that the artwork was just that dash. It doesn't slip in. It doesn't quite fit in. So I thought, oh my God, I've got the wrong thing. Hang on, I've just got to cut out some more and then I'll show you what I'm talking about. They're blowing everywhere. Hang on. Alison's got to feed her cat because it's harassing her. My cats are so loud. Like they yell at you. Like to the point where Abby will come out of her bedroom tired as anything, like having been asleep. And like, the cat's yelling, Mum. Okay, so what I wanted to say before was that fits in, that just slips in and it fits perfectly. But when you put this in, it doesn't just slip into this gap. And I thought, oh, great, that doesn't work. But the thing is, you just give it a little push down, just the merest little tweak, just to hold it in place. And for some reason, it still fits perfectly. I don't get it. I don't understand it. But there we are. Still sits everything perfectly. So I don't get it. It needs, well, it does need overlap to fold under, but there's like allowance for that in the little thingy bits here. Do you know what I mean? Like there's allowances for it all. Like it's got to fit in here and fold under there, so it's got to be smaller. And then this is like smaller. Anyway, It was bizarre, and it messed with my brain for a little bit, and now it's fine. Food bowl half empty, starvation horrors. Oh my god, worst cat mum ever. How can you let it get to half empty? Seriously, they're going to think you don't love them. Cats are the worst. My cat, Mr. Tibbles, at the moment, if you follow my personal Instagram feed, I've got a photo of him. He's sitting on the box of like the big stuff, like all the 57mm things, looking at the contents of my box angrily because, you know, it's not empty and he would like to sit on it. And I'm just like, dude, it's mine. You can't sit on it. Oh, what the heck? Oh, there's a bad one. Okay, okay. Let's make sure there's nothing stuck in there. Nope. This one. I do make the occasional bad one, but, you know, for the most part, I'm good. Anyone else's pets steal their crochet hooks? No. Mr. George would used to every now and again eat my wooden knitting needles if I had wooden ones. But other than that, it was all good. That one's good, but it's a bit... It's fine. I'm just picky. That's all. It's all good. I've just got to remember that this one is, because of the font and everything, it's just sits a bit differently. Cat sorted. It will get back up on the lounge chair and then start meowing non-stop and then biting my ear. Oh no. Oh no. You're going to have to get him his own hook. That's hilarious. Oh, I mean, you could totally do it. Pick him up like a decoy hook. It's like those people who have to get the decoy keyboards because their cats won't stop sitting on them while they're trying to work. We did that for a while because Mr. Tibbles was just insane. But he got out of it. It was a kitten thing for him, I think. But he doesn't do it now that he's much older. He's like, I think we've worked it out that he's 9 now. So I have to cut more art. Cut more art. Andrea's cat chewed through her project. Oh. There's a video I've got up. It's an older one talking about the ChowGoo cables. And I tell a story of Mr. Tibbles and his complete lack of cares when it came to... He would sit on my lap. He would be my little knitting friend. And it was before I started using ChowGoos. And he would literally chew through the cables of my... What did I have? I remember they were purple. Harmony woods, symphony woods, whatever they're called. And he would chew through the cable. And it would make me crazy. And like I was constantly having to buy new cables for my interchangeable set. So this is many years ago. And that's... Then I started on the ChowGoos. And he tried, but the ChowGoos are like a plastic coated braided wire. And turns out he couldn't eat that and he didn't like it. So I was just like, you know, there's no other reason to get ChowGoos other than to stop your cat from chewing through your cords, then I'd do it. I had a decoy phone for my kids. Does anyone else's kids like totally be nowhere near you and the second your phone rings, they're like on top of you trying to be all like moochy, like, Mom, I love you, Mom. Who is it? Who are you talking to? Like, they're obviously more exciting than me. My cat likes to sit on my arms while I type. It makes it very difficult. Yeah, I get it. Oh, throwing art on the ground? Don't. Little art bits. In you go. Christine says yes. They still rough up the nylon coating though. Yeah, I mean, there's that. But I can smooth that with a little bit of a sand. Whereas with what he did before, there was no coming back from that. He would just chew straight through the cords. But now, yeah, you can smooth it back a little. I mean, it's not ideal, but it did put him off, and he just doesn't do it anymore. So it's not even something. And the decoy hook has been thrown. I like that. Ah, it's because he knew it was a decoy hook. I forgot the mylar on that one. Sometimes when it works, because sometimes it'll work without the mylar, and it looks so nice, and I'm tempted. That time I tried to forget the art. Art, mylar, swing. It's amazing what happens when you use all the bits in the right order. Honestly. There we go. All the bits in the right order. Whoop. Put those back in. I may have to give him the pony one I'm using. What have I done there? That one was right. I'm not watching. I need to focus. Focus. A bit. What's art. Mylar. How do you put in the pins? Let me do this last little one here so I don't have a little piece of floaty, and I'll show you. Because I've got a little bag of pins here. So this particular size, because it's so ickle and tiny, the pins don't come already on the backing. So with the big ones, instead of using this little, where is it? The little ring, it's got like a plastic sheet thing that uses the back instead of the ring, and it's got the pin on it. So you've got to make sure everything's lined up perfectly for the bigger ones. Otherwise, you end up with your pin on sideways or something. And I don't know about you guys, but that does bug me. I mean, the ones that, my badges, like if you go to any of the things that we have, my badges do that because I give those to myself. So what we do is we have a little pause. We'll push these away. These are our little pins. Our little pile of pins that are all attached to each other in an absolute higgledy-piggledy mess. Okay, so you put it in that way. You slide it under the edge and pop it in. And then before I close it, I like to just double check that it's lined up. I like to have it this way. There we go. And then I close the little pin and then a little pin. So they have magnetic button sets. They do. There's so many things. So many choices. So we could make fridge magnets. We could make all the things. No worries, Arcticals. They all had to get their pins put on eventually. And I was starting to make errors because I wasn't concentrating. So, ow, ow. Don't do that. Make you bleed. There we go. And the other thing I've noticed is you can turn it, but only in one direction. So make sure you've got it fairly close to where you want it, and then you can just tweak it up rather than having to turn it all the way. And so these guys have all got their little, I might flip them over so that we can see that their backs are done. How many pin do you have now? Look, I have lots. That's I can answer that. Lots. That's all I can tell you is that there's lots. I've got a few different designs of the smaller pins. Got some other ones that we've already made up. And we're going to start putting them onto, getting some photos and putting them into. Would you guys prefer, so just out of curiosity, would you prefer individual pins where you could pick and match your own pack, or would you prefer like a pack of like a 3 or 5 pack? So let me know. I'm using you guys. Like it says, ooh, you've got the badge backs that don't include the pin. I thought that the way you were pressing was interesting. Yeah, so this is the small size. My big size have the pins on the badge backs, like the big ones. So if you've got one of the I'm a Fibroffian badges, those have got the backs. I don't have any of the back stuff here I could just show you. they've got their backs, like their pins are in their back. So you've got to really line everything up carefully when you're making. Whereas because these, we put the pins on, we don't have to line it up. Like, you know, because we line it up now. But you also have to be a bit more careful because you can go stabby, stabby quite easily. Stabby, stabby. Let's get stabby. Spanish Chick says, pick your own, but I want them all, so it probably doesn't matter. Pick your own. Pick your own. Random packs, but knit or crochet. Need to make some more knit fast dye warms. Pre-packed already because I've never decided I want them all anyway. A pack is nice for people who have none, but for some who already have a few. So what you're saying, odd but nice, is both. I should do both. Oh, just throw that one across the room. Bam. So the other thing, now all you wonderful people will know that if your little backing pin on these little tiny ones is a bit out of place, you can just turn it. It makes me think of a clock for some reason. And pop them in. Bye, Chintamani. See you later. I'm going to sneeze, I think. Trying not to sneeze. There we go. Be good if I could do that with the other hand so you guys could see me lining them up, but I can't. Don't do that, Kim. My fingers are getting cold because the aircon's cold. Oh, I don't know if this might be one of my right-hand dominated hands. Is it containers? How many are in a set? Well, that's the next question, isn't it, Arctic Wolves? These are new, so I haven't actually made sets yet. So I'm tossing up. I'm thinking 5 different mini badges for, you know, like $10 or something Australian. Put your blanket on. I'm seriously considering it. I'm looking at like beanies and I'm looking around the room like, what can I put on? I'm wearing shorts. That was dumb. I keep automatically doing it the other way, all of them. You're hilarious, Kim. Knit fast, dye warm. Oh, Christine. Hi, Christine. Sorry. I'm really bad with names. I'm sorry. And I really do judge by what's written on the screen. Got some knit fast, dye warm. That's such a cutie. Such a cutie. Making business plans over here on this end. Good job. Hey, Yarn Dragons Creations. Welcome to the chat. Another Christine. More Christines. All the Christines. There was, at one stage we had like a pile of one name. What was it? I can't remember. Hang on. I'm just trying to think. We've got a couple of Andreas now. Did you give Dad his beanie yet? No, I haven't because I haven't seen him. I talked to him on the phone the other day. Or is it, no, it was his birthday present. I can't give it to him for Christmas. He picked the colours for his birthday. Been discussing with the Apple an idea of Stitch Marker Club with matching theme badge buttons. That's cute. There were Kim's. That's what it was. There were heaps of Kim's at one point. There were. Oh, throw it on me with the spiky bit out. Ow. Get it caught in my shorts. That's good. Not. Are you in? Yes, you're in. Only one Spanish chick though. I think we could only deal with one. There are a few Emmas around. You're quite right. I have to go appease my Kelpie. She's decided that she gets a TV time now that she's on the couch. The joys of hot weather, tell me about it. I've got a mini Foxy Cross Chihuahua who wants to sleep in her blanket pile, but then gets grumpy because she's hot in her blanket pile. So have a great week. Have a Merry Christmas. Get out, little things. I'm sure these have got a name. Backing stabbers. I don't know. I got the only Halloween mini bag of mine. I got so a bundle of mini sounds nice. Yeah, bundles of mini sounds fun. I missed Andrea cursed clients keep ringing. Still stupid work getting in the way. Darn it. We've just been chatting, making badges. You know, the normal pin packs. Oh, did I just throw a completed one in the non-complete? I did. I don't know where it is. There it is. Get over there. Wrong pile, mate. I think she means a mini badge. I got... Oh, that's right. You got a Halloween mini badge, didn't you? So a bundle, yes. The little Halloween mini badge was so cute. Jacob made that so adorable. Little bat made out of the yarn ninja. So cute, honestly. I'm D, generally a few of us, but I'm an odd one. I'm okay with that. But yeah, there is normally a couple of Ds around, isn't there? But not heaps. What are you doing? Sorry about that. I can't control you, bird. I don't even know why your bird likes me. I don't understand. Someone was showing me a video of their... I feel like so dumb. A video of their cat, like a mooch, and it's so adorable. I don't get what the thing is with the animals and me. Just call me Chantel Doolittle. Don't tell my daughter Abby, though. She'll want more animals in the house, which I don't want. Oliver's asking questions. What questions is he asking? Anything I can help with? Is Oliver a good boy? You know, this is the one thing I don't like about this size, is the whole putting the backs on and them being all stabby. Did you see that goat wrapping video? I saw it, but I saw the start of it, but I haven't watched the whole thing yet, and it looked so adorable, but I saw it just as I was setting everything up, so I haven't had a chance to sit down with it yet. But I intend to. Just, you know, quietly. I've seen that it exists, that Dr. Dolittle auditioning thing, but I haven't sat down with it. Do you know what I have been watching, like at night? Like, because the other thing that I've got sitting here that we could have a look at if we get bored is I've been bagging up more blinglets again. So, you know how we have a huge selection in medium? We're about to get the same size or similar size selection in small. Oops, that one needs to come around a bit. Oh, it's ready now because I have bagged up so many small blinglets. But I've been watching on Amazon Prime a show called Endgame, and it's about, I'd never seen it before, I don't know how old it is. It's about this Russian chess player who's got agoraphobia, or it's not quite agoraphobia, but he doesn't leave the hotel, and that's an issue in itself, which is hilarious. The hotel staff are so funny. The hotel management, less funny, but they're finding, as the season wears on, the advantage of having them in the hotel. You don't see the mini badges aren't on the website yet. This is it. This is what there is. They're not ready yet. Yeah. Spanish Chick says she'll do some more obsidian when she gets home. Yeah, I've got some more peacock ones, some more small peacocks without glue here too, I noticed. And yes, you're right, I do need to buy more glue. But probably not this week. No, they're not up because I'm still making them. I've got to take photos and everything. But I'll let you know when they're there. Oh, you know what I'm like. New thing, everybody, there's a new thing. Go and look at the new thing for like a week. Or sometimes I sneak stuff up there and see if anybody notices it. And we need to organise a staff party. I know. I don't know when that's going to happen though. Time is slipping away. And then I thought I had Monday to work, but I've since found out Tim's booked us in somewhere on Monday. So I've only got like a couple of hours Monday morning that I can do stuff. So I'll be getting some orders out Monday morning. And I've explained to him very clearly that we cannot stay overnight because I'm working Tuesday. He might be on leave, but I am not. Which is a conversation for another day. It can be after Christmas. It might be. And a craft room working bee. Oh, I don't know how. Look, I love the idea of help with that, but I'm also embarrassed by it, to be truthful. It's all good, odd but nice. It's all good. They'll be there soon. Get in there. Oh, look at that one. Is he? No, he's not quite straight. I was thinking, oh, he's so straight, but he just wasn't quite straight enough. I'm too fussy. Yeah, it might have to be after Christmas, but not too far after Christmas. Somewhere between Christmas and New Year's might be nice. Oh, that was dangerous. I nearly stabbed myself. What am I doing here? I'm putting it in the wrong way. That's what. That side first, Chantel. Less chance of stabbing yourself. And all things that make me stab myself less are good. Oh, we're nearly done. We're nearly done. Yeah, I know. I know you're right. Don't worry. No, my craft room is an absolute schmozzle and is totally unusable at the moment. It's a literal dumping ground of all the things, to the point where it's actually a bit dangerous to walk in it. Just because there's even stuff on the floor and it's just bad. And I could use the space, honestly. There's like a whole room in my house, like it's a bedroom size room. So what is that? That one's 3 by 2.6, 3 meters by 2.6 meters of space, filled with stuff. Well, piled with stuff. I wouldn't say filled, but piled with stuff. So definitely needs something done to it. And it was made worse when Abby decided she wanted one of the tables and just walked in and pushed everything off the table and took the table. And yes, that was great. Sally, you can be moral support from Adelaide. How does that sound? All right. Did you guys want to check out all the blinglets I've done, or should we just keep making more badges? Let me know. Look, we have a Crochet Ninja, the Rainbow, Knit Fast Dye Warm, and Knitting Ninja are the ones that we're making today. We've got these 4. And I've got some, oh, that one's popped open. We've got some more that I've got planned that I've got to print. Just with some pretty cute pictures and stuff like that. How cute does this look? It's all good, you guys. It's all good. It's all good. Yeah, yikes about the table. Yeah, I agree with you. I was very shocked. I'm not posting a photo on Insta. I am at that level of shame and embarrassment about it that I couldn't bear it. Honestly, I just couldn't. So yeah. I appreciate, especially those of you that are local that are going to come and help me, super appreciate. But those of you that are so far away and still wanting to be helpful, I really appreciate that too. And that's kind of the moral support that will help me do it. Because I'd love to be able to do, like some off-the-cuff recordings of things in my room, in my craft room, where I'm creating my personal stuff. So anyway, did you guys want me to do more of these, or do you want to see all the blinglets that I made? So you let me know. They're all cut ready to be made. They're rubbish. See, I'm good at organising out here. But that's it. Oh dear. You can put all your excess stuff on Facebook Marketplace. Well, I was going to have a de-stash. I've already actually started planning. I'm going through my fibre and yarn stash of all stuff I've bought over the years. Because it's all in crates and boxes and stuff. It's all, not boxes, but cubes and things. It's all safe. And so, yeah, some of it I'm going to de-stash because I'm just not going to get to it. even though I want to, but some of it I'm going to, I want to keep. All right, take a photo of the badges for Insta. I will in a second. So, look at all these. So there's like, I don't even know how many packets, but we made, I did so many colors. So we've got greens, reds. I actually think this green and this red look really cute together and could be like very Christmassy. Do you know what I mean? There's greens. Oh, camera. Hello. Oh. D-stash. Yes, there'll be a D-stash of some of my personal craft stuff that I've bought. There's some yellow. There's a limited edition color called Blushing, which I popped over on Instagram. So there's a few of those. You can see the color, but it's very blurry. And then we've got some olivine green, some tangerine, more yellow, more red. So many. Tangerine. We've got a couple of topaz, but only a couple. And then there's some cerise, which is like a really sort of reddy pink with a beautiful pinky coloured pink tonal AB bead, which I love. That's one of my favourites. My phone is blipping at me. Stop that. More cerise, tangerine, yellow, olivine and green. I've got just a couple of these sort of antique gold. That's a colour I don't have on the website, so I've got to add those in. I think there's like 2 or 3 packets of that one. Oh, go over there, pile. Stop moving. More of the same colours. Green, orange, topaz. Like just so many packs. So many blinglets. I'm not going to have to make blinglets for a while. Yeah, I believe it, Kim. Kim glued all these blinglets. I'm just packaging them up. I tooled the beads onto the wires, and then Kim glued them before Bendigo. I'm still catching up. That's how many there are. There's so many. I'm still going. And there's still more to do. This is just where I'm up to. But it's actually really nice to have this many blinglets ready to go. Do you know what I mean? It's been a long time trying to get a nice, what's the word, like a stockpile of the blinglets, because it's just, they go pretty quick. Because this is all that's currently in the store, in the web store. This is it. So we've got some, they look like lavender ones, some pink. That's a hot pink. Fuchsia. So we just had pink, lavender, fuchsia, and 1 green on the website. So I've got to go through and update all those into there. Marion DeHannon says, have a lovely Christmas. Thank you, Marion. You too. Merry Christmas. I hope you have a wonderful time with your family. I hope you all have a wonderful time with your family over this holiday period. I know it can be stressful as well for a lot of people, so I try not to harp on about it too much. But I think it's a good time of the year, and it makes us stop and think about our lives and about our goals for next year, and, you know, all the different things that we want to do. And, you know, it makes us have a little bit of a look back on our year and see how we're going. Thank you, Rebecca. I appreciate the clock warnings. And, you know, I like it. I like Christmas. It's going to be a bit of a weird one for us. I'm used to having so many people over for Christmas that by now I'd be in like frazzle mode for cooking and making sure that all the fruit cakes and the puddings and everything are all done. Anything that can get done early got done. But there's just me, Tim and Abby this year. So I'm not doing any of it. So Sally says, we'll be celebrating my birthday late as well as Christmas. That's frustrating. Well, not frustrating, but I know what you mean. And then Kim says, I got a parcel delivered to the post office box on Monday. They've been emailing me every day since, and they will email you every day until you pick it up. Mine does the same. Like, come and get your stuff. Don't leave your crap here. Pick it up. Oh, clear room for the swinging. Got a couple. I'm going to do another couple. So I do want to get all these done. So, today is Thursday, the 19th for me. So we've only got 6 days until Christmas. Are you all ready? Because, you know, I'm not. Spanish Chick says, I have Christmas with the in-laws and then Boxing Day with her family. That'd be fun. It's good when there's little kids around. Then Maddie has a pool birthday party on the 27th. Oh, it was Sally's birthday yesterday. Happy birthday for yesterday. Did I just throw? I did. Someone saw that, didn't they? Knitting Ninja. There we go. Push them to the side. Goodness me. What about the famous trifle? I don't know if I'm making a trifle this year, honestly, Bob. Because Abby doesn't eat trifle and it's pretty big for 2 people. It's a pretty big dessert to make, and I sort of only really know how to make it in big portions. Because I'm used to cooking for so many on Christmas Day that I'm not used to making some of these dishes in smaller amounts. I'm used to cooking for 30, and cooking for 3 is different. And what about potato salad? You're as bad as Tim. My husband's been like, are we going to be having this? And I'm like, no. Potato salad and trifle both have a short shelf life. Trifle's got cream and fresh made custard and all sorts of stuff in it. Oh, it would last until the 28th if I made it on the 24th. Oh, maybe not the trifle. I don't know. I'm not ready, but only Gypsy Queen to finish. Nothing is wrapped though. Okay. We're going to other people's places this year for Christmas, which means I don't have to madly race around cleaning everything. How nice a feeling is that? How nice is that? That's my favourite part about not having everybody here this year. I miss it. I'm not going to get to see them and hang out with them, but I am totally chuffed that I don't have to like run around like a headless chicken trying to pretend that I don't live in my house. Because that's how it feels for me when I've got to like pack everything away. Because our house is quite small and we do have a lot of people here. We do just have to get everything out of the rooms, out of the living areas. Oops, pop in the silver thing first, then the art, and then the mylar. Come on, art, get in there and stay. Thank you. It's really good because I don't have to pack all the craft stuff away. Exactly. I have the exact same problem. And it's frustrating because it's not like I don't live there. They know I craft. They know it exists. Sally says Christmas is always at my parents'. It's definitely going to be warm enough for a swim in the pool. Yes, it will be. That's the thing. It'd be nice to have a pool. We don't have one. Our property's big enough for one, but we just, I don't know, we think about it every now and again and then we're like, nah, they're too much hassle. And then it gets hot again and we're like, wish we had a pool. But, I mean, even our winter is not that cold, do you know what I mean? Like, in Queensland in winter, more often than not, there might be a couple of days that aren't like this, but a long sleeve t-shirt will get you through. You know, you don't need snow clothes. You don't need thick winter woolies. Knitting Ninja. Oh, look, if I had a choice between the beach and the pool, I'd choose the pool as well. No offense or anything to the beach, but I've been a bit too close to sharks on a couple of occasions, and I don't like sharks. Like, I've been too close to sharks in the wild enough to know what shark skin feels like. So sharks and me not friends. Sharks want to be friends with me. They tell us we can use it when they're home, but it feels weird. I understand that, yeah. It's a why is it called Boxing Day? Because we all go through the boxes, yeah. And you take some boxes back to the shops and stuff like that, or at least that's what my thinking. Oh, there you go. Christine Crisp has got a story there about Boxing Day. I always come home itchy after being at the beach. Me too. I'm just a big baby. I don't like the beach. Look at these. Ah. Am I the only one who just wants to go like this? Like, ah, look at all the buttons we made. I like that. 4-foot blames are guaranteed. Andrea says that we're welcome to go to her place for a swim. Thank you, Andrea. I don't think it was about the literal boxes. It's totally about the literal boxes. What cookbook are you ordering, Rebecca? I like the beach too. I like going to the beach. I love smelling the air, and I like putting my toes in the water. And I used to body surf. I used to love the beach when I was younger. But now I'm just like, yeah, you know what? Nah, me and sharks. I've been too close twice now. I think the third time they might take a nibble. We call my brother Combustion Cam. Oh gosh, that's hilarious. We have a gas barbecue, so we can only make our flames this tall. So, and I like it that way. Our family call it Sydney Hobart Day. Do you guys watch the race? So there's a big race that happens every year on Boxing Day. See, in our family, it's the Boxing Day cricket match. So more so Tim and my side of the family, when it was my mum and dad, they didn't do the cricket, but Tim does the cricket. And I used to do the cricket when I was by myself too. So, yeah, it's all from the English heritages. I believe it. I believe it. Well, my lovely friends, thank you so much for hanging out today. I'm going to end off with a big, big Merry Christmas and a season's greetings to you all. I don't know if everybody does Christmas in our group, but I do Christmas. So Merry Christmas to you all. I hope you have a safe time. Stay safe in your travels. Stay warm if you're in a cold climate, and stay cool if you're in Australia or a warm climate. Heat stroke is a thing, and be careful. So be very safe. I want to see you all here next year. There is no live stream next week, but the week after there will be. So make sure I want to find you all here. I don't want to hear any horror stuff. Enjoy your Christmas. Bye.